SCWIST is the Society for Canadian Women in Science and Technology, a charity organization that was founded in 1981. Today we're taking a look back at 40 years of success, from our early beginnings to our thriving present.
To me, SCWIST is power, the power to change the world.
SCWIST is friendship.
SCWIST is a life changer.
We're both founders of SCWIST, but there were 4 others that had gotten together for the big question of where were the women in science.
And there was Diana Herbst, Maggie Benston, Abby Schwartz, and
Mary Jo Duncan,
and Hilda and myself.
In many ways, we've achieved some of our goals. There are more women in science now. It is not considered an unsuitable pathway for young women.
Maggie and Abby sort of suggested that we should have a conference and invite all kinds of people that would kind of give us instructions on how we should go about looking for the women, and just asking, why are we having these kinds of rankings and lower paid jobs for the women? And then the spinning off of those ideas from that conference.
Based on the success of the conference, SCWIST knew their message and cause was resonating with people. The Summer Science for Girls program was a series of hands-on workshops that was hosted by SCWIST.
These were non-traditionally things that girls didn't do, and it gave them the confidence to go on and do things that girls didn't necessarily do. And the skills that they learned would help them go on in science.
From these beginnings sprouted so many beautiful youth engagement programs that SCWIST continues to grow to this day. The Miss Infinity brand was based on the idea that if you study math plus science, then you have infinite options for your future. The idea was to encourage young girls to keep the door open to science and engineering careers, to stay curious. Miss Infinity began as a conference. However, in 2000, SCWIST's first NSERC grant helped them hire a dedicated Miss Infinity coordinator who developed the e-mentoring program, which we still run today. The e-mentoring program connects young girls who aspire to have STEM careers with established career women in STEM fields. This is particularly helpful for young girls in remote and rural communities who may never get the chance to meet someone from these careers.
It's little things, that when people come up and say, oh, I went to so-and-so's Miss Infinity and so-and-so, and now I'm, a technician, or I'm doing something in science, and you think, we made it, Can you imagine this whole ballroom floor of tables of men scientists being awarded or being recognized at this annual dinner? And Mary...
it was Girls in Science that got awarded, wasn't it?
Yes, and you got the Ave Savory Award for Communications.
Oh, that's right.
When Mary got up and received her award, and she has a few minutes to say thank you, one of the things that she said was, it's so easy to get funding for pilot projects, but there is no funding at all that's available from the government, from any organization on a full-time basis. And this is really needed. Well, Michael phoned up Mary the next day.
Unbeknownst to us, what he did is he went with his Nobel Prize and he trotted over to the provincial government and said, listen, I'm going to donate this money to science in general, and I'd like you to match it. So that doubled his Nobel Prize. At which point he went to the feds and said, listen, I have this much money to be given to science. Could you please match it? So he 4x'd his money. All of a sudden we got on the map. We became a living, breathing entity with money, thanks to Dr. Smith.
SCWIST started Evening at Science World to bring women in university or early in their careers to meet some awesome mentors who we call Wonder Women. This event focuses on women with careers in science, technology, engineering, and math, also known as STEM. This event allows many women their first experience of networking professionally. In 2016, the event was renamed Wonder Women Networking Event, in an effort to update the language and make clear what the event offers: networking and amazing mentors.
Getting to know each other, hearing each other's stories. Usually it's a big, noisy, crowded thing.
The environment that SCWIST create is very supportive over there, where people does not feel like they can't talk to this person is like so high level I can't talk to. It's not like that. Everyone is very friendly. You can go and talk to anyone and learn from them and gain some experience or gain some story about their experiences.
And it's a great introduction to what networking can be and should be.
Whose guiding principles were like diversity, equity, and inclusion. SCWIST was a perfect fit, and I just dove deep and I decided to join the amazing team.
So SCWIST was immigrating women in science in the hope that women who are coming to Canada, they're not here yet, but they're coming, they can connect with us. And once they're here, then there's a community for them.
It offered me with lots of skills, leadership skills, and with kind of, even opportunities to engage the relevant professionals that actually enhanced my opportunities to get better jobs. So I would say I owe any success I have definitely to SCWIST.
Make Possible is an online network like LinkedIn, but more. It enables people to connect virtually, in person, or by phone for mentorship opportunities, from short messages exchanged back and forth, or to build longer-term mentoring relationships.
The most important thing is you don't feel helpless when you have an environment like Make Possible. You feel that there is something you can, connect to, and you can find some answers. If it doesn't solve all of your problems, at least it brings a lot of good feeling for you and help you to actually get to the next level.
SCWIST's Make Diversity Possible project works with STEM companies to create diversity tools and to build inclusive workplace cultures that embrace and advance a diverse workforce. This project builds on the success and findings of the Make Possible project.
What we need to do now is take what we've learned from them and go to more companies to get them to make more changes.
For a woman from another country to come to Canada, be able to have a voice, be able to present in the House of Commons, and ask for support for women in STEM fields, for women to become into more of a leadership roles. That was an amazing feeling. And I have to tell you, it was a very interesting journey when they asked us that we can present at the House of Commons. It was an amazing teamwork between our project manager for Make Possible at the time, Cheryl, and then my mentor, Dr. Maria Issa, and many other team members, that we put our presentation together and we were able to actually deliver the way we wanted to deliver.
After this first successful presentation, SCWIST was invited back in 2015 and 2016 to further advise the committee. In December 2018, Status of Women Canada became a federal department named Women and Gender Equality Canada, or WAGE. This move from a committee to a federal department showed the government's commitment to gender equality in Canada.
So Gen Z was a Gender Equality Network Canada, and it was a network that was brought together by the Status of Women Canada as part of the funding. And as one of the organizations that gets funded, SCWIST nominated 3 women leaders, Fariba, Anja, and myself, to represent SCWIST at a total of 5 meetings where these 150 women came together and tried to come up with a national action plan to promote gender diversity across the country.
SCWIST is what it is today, thanks to all the wonderful people that have been part of it throughout its 40 years. I want to say a really big thank you to our founders for establishing this wonderful organization, to all of our board of directors throughout the years, our contractors, our volunteers, who've worked tirelessly to grow the organization. And of course, to our donors and our funders for believing in what we do and for supporting our work and our growth.